Thank you. Today is Thursday, June 11th, 2026. It's 3 p.m. We are at 19 Parnell Street, Township of Greater Madawaska. This public meeting is being held under Section 34 of the Planning Act is declared open. The application on the public meeting agenda today is for public consultation purposes only and will be addressed at a future council meeting. No decisions are being made on the application today. Before proceeding, I'll ask whether any member of council has pecuniary interest or conflict of interest with respect to the application before us and wishes to declare such interest at this time. Councillor Levesque.
Thank you. As I am a personal friend of the applicant, I will declare a conflict of interest for this file, and I'll lead them accordingly.
Thank you, sir. In the Municipal Act, it says that it's any pecuniary interest, which is a financial interest, and you've indicated you have none. And it is up to every individual councillor to make their own decision on what is a conflict of interest for them. So thank you for doing that. And I think Robin
would just want to add something so everybody can hear. Pecuniary is specific to finance, and conflict of interest is specific to relationships. So that's the relationship aspect that I wish to declare. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll send somebody for you when we're done. Clerk, do we need to shut that door? Or?
No, it's not a closed meeting.
Okay.
He won't be participating, so that'll be fine.
Thank you. Okay. All those present at the public meeting and in person and on Zoom will have the opportunity to speak in favor or in opposition of the application. Any and all comments and information submitted, whether orally or in writing, including identifying information, become part of the public record and could be made publicly available at any point, including on the Township's website and other electronic forms of publications in accordance with the Planning Act requirements. At this time, I'll ask staff to please describe the purpose and effect of the proposed bylaw amendment related to file number Zulu Bravo 2602.2 submitted by Les Robertson and summarize any written comments received. Kristen, our planner, please go ahead.
Thank you. So the purpose and effect of the proposed zoning bylaw amendment is to amend the Township zoning bylaw 28/2024 by rezoning the lands known municipally as 314 Kennedy Road from rural residential to rural residential exception 23. The amendment would permit an existing secondary dwelling unit located above a detached garage recognize a reduced interior side yard setback for the existing structure and permit a reduced water setback for a proposed new septic system intended to serve both dwelling units on the property. As for comments received, agency responses included the Township's chief building official and Ontario Power Generation, both of which indicated they had no comments or concerns. A few public comments were received, all of which have been circulated to council as well as the applicant. The public comments received expressed concerns regarding the proposed reduction in the water setback from Calabogie Lake to the proposed new septic system, potential impacts to water quality and shoreline health, the adequacy of supporting technical studies, and the exploration of possible alternative servicing options. Staff do want to note that these concerns we want to acknowledge these concerns and that the application was supported by a planning justification report, a hydrogeological and terrain analysis, and a surveyor's real property report, all of which have been reviewed as part of the evaluation of the application, and these components will be included as part of the formal report and bylaw to council.
Thank you. Does the applicant or their representative wish to speak in regards to this application?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And if you could just identify yourself, and I'm going to ask you to speak up too, please.
Absolutely. Is that better?
Yes, go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you. Through the chair, good afternoon, members of council. My name is Janine Seek, and I'm a planner with JP2G Consultants, who is acting as the agent on this application. I don't have too much more to add aside from what Kristen has already mentioned, but I do just want to reiterate for council that there is no new development being proposed on the property aside from the installation of the new septic system, which will be replacing the current system in the same location on the property. And as Kristen has mentioned, the new septic has been supported by a hydrogeological assessment, which has been submitted to the township. So again, aside from the new septic, there's no further development being proposed, and we are just seeking to recognize and permit the existing secondary dwelling unit located above the detached garage on the property, which is understood to have been constructed with building permits approximately 14 years ago. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for your input. Does anyone wish to speak in relation to the amendment? If so, please raise your hand to be called on. When invited, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. You will have a maximum of 5 minutes to provide your comments. Does anyone wish to speak? Please raise your hand. Go ahead, come to the microphone if you turn it on so the button is green, and then just have a seat, please. Go ahead.
Hi, Crystal LaPlante-Gull. I wrote in with some of my concerns. Has nothing to do with the occupant homeowner, just merely ensuring that the lake and so forth is kept as it currently is and is not impacted. One thing that I'd like to add is with regards to I was just reading some of the bylaws yesterday, and with regards to the new zoning that's being asked and looking to see what is included in this RE 23, realizing that that's an addition to this bylaw that has been accepted a couple of years ago or revamped or however you want to word it. So my question is merely if the apartment above the garage didn't already exist, and a new applicant came forward today seeking approval for a second dwelling, 0 meter side yard setback and a septic setback of 15.2 meters from the shoreline, would the township planning staff recommend approval? And if so, what rationale would be supported by that recommendation? The other one is, I have more questions.
Yeah, we're not providing responses right now. We're just taking information. Okay, that's it then?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, have a seat, identify yourself, and please feel free.
Hello, Colleen Fleury, 83 Jim Wallace Road. I'm opposed to this amendment. Few reasons, but one to put forward is that if this is in the original position and it was discovered in that way, but it's not in line with the guidelines at the 30 meters, I'm confused why you wouldn't change the zoning for every house if 15 meters is acceptable. As new housings discover new standards, we've changed plumbing guidelines, we've changed a lot of things for security.
Excuse me for one sec, sir. Can I ask you to sit in the gallery, please? Just sign in and then sit in the gallery, please. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Hi.
Sorry.
It usually becomes the owner's responsibility to write all of their area to the current guidelines, whether it be for safety, for water purity, for any reason. So if that's the case, if you approve this amendment, my question would be, what's your justification to not change it for every house? I don't know why this specific lot would get the exemption. And I also am opposed to the idea that if it's set 3 meters, it must be 3 meters from the border. I also am not sure why you would allow someone that is going to 0 meters. It's not fair to the neighbors. It sets a bad precedence for anyone else that were to move here or exist on the property. It's up to the owner to have done their due diligence to make sure when they purchase the home, it's in line, and if not, to negotiate that, adjust it for whoever's cost. But yeah, I'm opposed to this amendment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Does anybody else wish to speak? Sir? Sorry, come forward then and identify yourself.
Wish to talk?
Is it green?
It's green.
Then just talk.
My name's Les Robertson. I'm the property owner. First of all, so everybody knows, I inherited this problem from the previous owner who inherited it from the previous owner who is now deceased, including the contractor.
Sir, can you address us, the council, please?
Contractor as well as deceased.
Committee?
So, that being said, your question about the septic setback and you're not happy with it.
Sir, we're not going there right now. This is,
What, I'm not allowed to?
well, we don't need to have an this is an
Oh, no,
you
I'm
can
just
ask-
explaining. Okay.
Yeah.
So the house
to
was
address
built,
it to us instead
the house was built in 1996. The Ontario Building Code in 1996 stated that the septic had to be 15 meters from the water. That included Calabogie. Calabogie has since changed their regulation to their township to be 30 meters. But my current system is under the old guidelines. So I'm going to be replacing that system. The other important thing is the current system that's in there probably matches just about everybody's system in here. The new system that I'll be putting in at a cost of $65,000, you can pretty much drink the water coming from it. So it's called a shallow barrier tertiary system. There are 4 tanks as opposed to the 1 concrete tank that everybody in here that lives rurally would have. So I think that's important to note. And the other thing that's important to note, I think, is that, yes, the house was built 0.2 meters from the property line. The house was inspected and passed at that time for whatever reason. I don't know why the lines were never checked. I have no idea. I know there are other people that are in here that were living there at the time and might have an idea, but I personally don't have any idea why the inspector at the time let that pass. But those are important things. I'm not trying to do anything but improve. When it's done, it'll be far better for that lake than what I'm spewing into there right now. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir. I would ask if there's any other, you've already had one comment. We just ask if there's any other comments before. Come forward, please, up to the mic. Well, we're not answering questions today, but you can make your comments. Oh, there is a comment. Yeah. Thank you.
My name's Lita Nesco, and I'm on Kennedy Road. I'd like to know, I guess at some point in time, that when changes are made with waivers and/or whatever exceptions, does that become a precedent? Can then I turn around and do the same thing as was granted to someone else?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that hasn't spoken yet that would wish to speak before we go back to somebody that's already? I seeing none. Oh, did you want to speak again?
No, I forgot to ask one more question. So when would
Okay, well, you'll need to get back to the mic. Yeah, because this is being recorded and it's on YouTube and also on Zoom. We have, yep, no worries. No, we have people on Zoom that are involved in this too. And actually, if you're on Zoom, I'd ask you to put your cameras on because I can't see you if you have any questions.
You can't see me?
No, I can see you, but not on the TV. Just a sec. Just hang on. Wait a sec.
I heard
Just a sec. Oh, there you are.
No, because I heard you say I can't see you, and I'm sitting here and you're looking at me. I'm going,
I'm good. It's all good. Yeah.
okay. Now, if any changes are actually made, how would I know? Would I get some sort of feedback as a result of this meeting that I can then turn around and do the same, get the same amendments, waivers, exemptions, or what have you? So,
Okay. Thank you.
is there feedback at some point in time later on? Is that the way it works? Just a general question.
Well, I'll turn to our planner for this.
I can't answer this one because this is a formal question, but yes, so if you want to be requested a notice of decision, you have to put that in writing to the township.
Okay.
Yep.
And answers to my questions, because you're not answering any questions now. So answers to my questions, at what point in time would I get an answer to my question?
So lots of these questions actually have already been addressed as part of the planning report that will be going to council to support the bylaw, which will likely occur next week. So that should be available likely on the agenda sometime next week, which you all can read at that time.
Okay.
Okay?
Well,
There you go. All righty. Come on. Yep. Come on back up. Yep.
So just to add into that, so the request for the zoning exceptions are intended put it in a question, are they intended to legalize non-compliance specific sites with the exception, of whatever you find for planning solution? So in this case here, they're asking for a setback, I'm guessing because the only deemed solution was to get a septic that was of said size to accommodate both places, other than looking at other alternate solutions that could be smaller and not request a setback. And next, I would ask, what distinguishes this application from other waterfront properties that are expected to comply with the bylaw 2824 that was put through review and deemed acceptable by council at the time, that would, be in the public's interest and keep everything just so.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak on this matter before we move on? Come on up to the mic, sir, please. Identify yourself.
Good evening. I'm Tom Falloon, 13A Lucas Lane. I've been here now for nearly 40 years. I've witnessed a whole bunch of things over that time and that we would wish could be improved or have been done without permits, et cetera, et cetera. I'm in support of Les's application because not addressing this and doing nothing and maintaining the status quo is leaving a system that is not as good as what he's going to put in. So not dealing with this is not helping anyone. Dealing with this is helping. I'm aware of several places. If we went around this lake and investigated the septic systems of places that have been built prior to 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we would be shocked. So at his expense, improving the system rather than maintaining the status quo should be supported.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Does anyone else wish to speak? I'll ask again for the second time. Does anyone else wish to speak? Called for the third time. Does anyone else wish to speak? Thank you. Are there any comments from council or any further comments from the applicant? Councillor Thompson.
I'm not entirely sure if this is if the current weeper bed needed to be improved for the purpose of supplying enough capacity to the extra residences. And I'll make it a two-part. And what I know about the advanced treatment units is usually they're designed for smaller footprint and possibly could go in the current envelope without putting it on shore. So that's what I'm, like, closer to the shore. So that's what I'm interested in knowing. So the advanced treatment units are usually, as was explained, the water is treated to the point where you really don't need much of a weeper bed. So that allows the almost drinkable water to go into a smaller area. So why use the same footprint from before if you don't need it? Can anyone explain that to me, or did I make myself clear?
Yeah, we're not going back and forth, remember? Yeah, we're not, okay.
Sometimes I forget who I am.
So is there anything else from council or the applicant? They're seeing none. If there's no further comments from the public, council, or the applicant, please note that any person wishing to receive notice of decision regarding this application being considered must send an email to the township office immediately following this meeting. In all cases, the said request must be received prior to the date of the decision of council, and as our planner said, that may be in our next meeting next week. So for the person that was asking whether they get any decisions, that if you'll put it in writing to the township, they'll get back to you on it. This therefore completes the public meeting process and the zoning bylaw amendment application. Council will give careful consideration to the comments received on the application before it. I now declare this public meeting closed. Thank you.